So we're here in Grand Junction. Did the epic fail in Provo. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out here. We waited in Provo for 3 days, like the last 2 times I've done there, and it's just we missed one of the GM trains for BNSF, and then I mean there weren't any after that, and the ones that did come through just ran through the yard and didn't do anything. And when we thought they were going to work and leave, nothing happened. So now we are hanging out here in Grand Junction right next to the jail and the sheriff's department, and just waiting on some shit. Update soon.
Yeah.
So here we are in Grand Junction. We got us a unit, and we're surrounded by units. They're all around us. We're about to take off with conductor Guillermo over here. He's been hitting the space bag a little too early. Thank God you're not the engineer, Guillermo. We do have the engineer Snailer over here, about to take off in this out of service SD60 unit. But this is our apartment, and we live here now.
We live here now.
We're in Grand Junction because there is zero traffic on this line. There has not been a train in more than 24 hours. Well, no, that's a lie. There was an oil train we missed, barely. But this line, I've been reading, is like pretty much beginning to be just like out of service. I was reading a lot of former websites that most of the coal traffic this line used to see coming from southern Colorado or central Colorado, like south of here from Montrose area, is died. That most of those mines have closed. There's one mine that sends like a train a week now, and Union Pacific has stopped sending the New York North Yard manifest to Grand Junction, has ceased to exist, and the only Union Pacific, as you can tell, this is the Union Pacific line on the Moffat Tunnel route. The only trains they send over this are going to be the Roper to North Yard and North Yard to Roper. GM manifests only run 3 times a week, and BNSF is supposed to be sending a GM every day down this line. It's supposed to be daily, but in both directions, and it's lies. We haven't. I mean, we waited in Provo for it. It didn't come for a day and a half, and we've been here for a day and a half, and it still hasn't come. So that's 3 days without anything. So hopefully tonight we're gonna go get us some fucking. Where are we going?
I don't fucking know.
Sonic.
Oh yeah.
Some Sonic and Del Taco. We're gonna get both of them. We're gonna mix that shit up.
Fine.
We're gonna come back and try to catch out of these units, come back to our apartment, and enjoy our delicious eats.
We live here now.
Yes. So just as another update, seriously this time. So Grand Junction has approximately 100 switching units that it has just like put on side tracks here in Grand Junction, because they've essentially killed the line with PSR and a whole bunch of other horrible company decisions that they continue to make. It makes me wish it would just split back up into Santa Fe and fucking all the Pacifics again. But it's been sitting here forever. Like, I was a couple of years ago, I came and I slept in one of these things and hung out and got the obvious like tweakerific shit going on in here, stealing all the copper. So these are like, a lot of these are just completely out of service. I don't think they'll ever see the road again, which is sad, because this is like SD60 locomotive. It's one generation before the SD70s. It's got some cool stuff in here. Like, the last time this unit was on the road was 2017, which was probably bringing it here, to be honest. And I don't know, you got cool stuff like the smart start instructions that tell you what the alarms mean when it goes off in the unit, and just old and neat. It's got like extremely simplified engineer controls with like these like dial speedometers and PSI, brake PSI and stuff, which is pretty cool. Anyway, yeah. It's a neat thing to see if you ever come through here. We got Engineer Snaler reporting for duty. The only way to operate a train is at least half intoxicated. Denver! Burr, 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 burr. Yeah.
It's the HF.
I believe we have found the HF. So we made it to Denver here on the beautiful North Platte, South Platte, one of those direction Platte rivers. And got us the tracks over here. Some like beautiful park thing going on, which is pretty nice. And then we got us a IM facility over there. It's pretty all right. And we're just kind of hanging out after having a big breakfast at the McDonald's.
Had the McDangles.
Which is just kind of funny because like we got off in North Yard and then the walk over to the catch is pretty fucking easy. It wasn't bad. And now we're just kind of sitting by the river waiting for the trains. Doing some stove vibe, honestly, with fucking Denver. It's too bad that the catch doesn't exist anymore where he was at, but here we are.
I hope we don't get eaten by geese.
Or a home bum. We don't want to be eaten by a home bum. That'd be nice too.
The geese seem more likely. There's more. All those ducks. Like, hey, I'm a duck.
We have a super goose cloud going on over here.
See you there. I'm just doing a little work here. Just a little excavating, you know. I'm a tradesman. I know how to do it.
Rolling out of Denver. Bye. It's good luck, right? What? So we snagged this loaded coal at like 1 in the morning. And we're going through the yard right now. This is downtown Colorado Springs. Got the Rockies in the background. If you're ever in Colorado Springs, you don't want to go there. That's the major coal generating station. So this is Pueblo. Just got off here at this grade crossing. A little bit further up is where like the secondary yard and the primary yard starts up. I think it's 29th Street back here somewhere. But we rode a coal train in the middle of the night last night out of Denver, out of the 38th Street yard. And it proceeded to leave and then go down to Colorado Springs at 5 miles per hour the entire way. It took us 12 hours to get from where we got on the train to Colorado Springs on that coal train. 5 miles an hour the entire way. It was terrible, very uncomfortable. Coal is not recommended. Anybody, hold on. Yeah, definitely do not recommend coal at all. But if you have to, you have to. But that's most of the traffic on this line is some coal going down to Amarillo and Dallas Fort Worth, and then you have a couple of IM trains that are hard to get. That's what we're going to try to do. But anyway, we're here hanging out, and we're going to go up to the north end of Pueblo, get cleaned up, and then we're going to go to La Junta on the Mustang, the Outrider Mustang here that takes you between Pueblo and Los Animas. Anyway, that's it. Ah! Into Amarillo at 16 miles an hour in the unit of this rear unit of this coal train, and not really sure what's gonna happen. Never really been around here. I mean, I've been through here before, but never on this line. Trying to get in and out of here before. Kind of seems like we're gonna go to a fuel pad and refuel here, and then kind of head on into Fort Worth is what we're kind of hoping. We might be able to, I don't know, all of our shit's like back behind here, behind this unit in a coal car, and we're going to try to, when it stops, get off, get back in that coal car, get our shit, and move about 10 cars up, because this is going to go through a like refueling pad, and we're going to have to be a few cars up, because when these lead or the rear units go through that fueling pad, we cannot be directly under the lights of that fueling pad. So we're going to try to go, I don't know, 10 cars up or so. And anyway, probably edit all this shit out anyway, but here we are, Amarillo, rolling into Amarillo at 3:30 in the morning. See what happens. Beep, beep. So we just got here to Amarillo. That's That's our fucking coal train sitting there. We thought that was gonna go to Fort Worth, but it went down through the yard, probably going towards Clovis or further south, down to Houston or something. I don't know where the hell it's gonna go, but it didn't go the way that we thought it was gonna go. So we're now here in fucking Amarillo in 45-mile-an-hour gust winds. Fun times here in Amarillo. And we gotta find a place to fucking hang out because this is like not a good spot. We're right downtown. Cops, wind, no trains, fucking blows. So, update, trying to get the fuck out of Amarillo. We have 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts going on right here. See this here at the Amarillo Transit Center. We're going to attempt to get a bus to where we need to get a train to get to Fort Worth. We almost just got blown away. Like walking against this is ridiculous. See this. Coal is wonderful. That entire thing is abandoned. One of these days. One of these days. Here we are walking through beautiful ritzy Amarillo. Got ourselves some trains over there. Trying to get down to the spot. Seems like a really nice place to raise your kids, drink a few beers, retire. I mean, it's pretty much a nice spot. Alright, so we made it to a spot. Time to catch going east to Dallas Fort Worth here in Amarillo. We got Snail building us another Oogle Bush.
Electric Oogle Bush Part 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why this is the Oogle Bush tour. Is because of the Russian thistle. Yep, there it goes. And we got us a pretty nice fucking tunnel going on, and this is like, outside we have some serious wind. I mean, talking like 40, 50-mile-an-hour gusts of wind hanging out there. So we're gonna hang out in this tunnel, wait for a train, see what happens. We're both dirty as fuck. Coal, yeah. And yeah, see what fucking happens, I guess. I don't know. Hoping that we get something. We had a train pull up. It was a 40-well train, and it was one of the older style ones that just have nothing rideable at all. They're just all the grates. It's just like riding either suicide or on top of the grates. We're on about that right now. Try to get something better. But till then, Oogle Bush tour right now, 2021. Got some classic Texas Longhorns over there. He's a strutting towards this direction. He doesn't like us. And as you can see, we are without train, so we will go to a truck stop, get some chicken, and come on back. So we're hanging out here in eastern Amarillo here at the Dallas-Fort Worth bound tracks. You can see downtown, they're like way the hell in that direction. And it's a lot better than being in Amarillo, but we're waiting on a train to refuel or stop down at the signals down there at a refueling pad. We've been waiting here for a whole day. There was a 40 train, as I explained earlier, but it didn't really work. Over in that direction that I'm pointing right now, there's another track that comes in, coming from like La Junta area, comes down this way, with mainly coal and like an IM train or two, and some grain trains and whatnot. We're just waiting for one of these tracks to have something to stop on. It looks like this is pretty low traffic out here, and we're not going to have a lot to deal with. It's currently like pretty warm outside. However, there's 15-mile-an-hour winds coming in from the north, the like northwest or so, and it's killing us out here. It's pretty cold. I mean, it's only about 38 for the regular temperature, but with this wind chill, it's down to like 20 or so. So not the most fun. We're hanging out in a drainage ditch down here and waiting on trains, and hopefully something shows up here pretty quick, because Dallas-Fort Worth is looking like a lot better weather. Currently there's a massive storm that's just going from the Rocky Mountains all the way down basically to Fort Worth is the cutoff, and it goes all the way up to Montana. It's got high wind warnings, some massive winter storm warnings. I feel really bad for anybody riding in the Midwest right now, because it looks like it's going to be total shit for quite a while. But hopefully we're trying to get to warmer pastures, go to Fort Worth, maybe hang out in the UP yard down there and try to get something south down to Austin, just try to run away from this cold. It's getting pretty unbearable. I'm pretty sick of the cold. I mean, we've basically got off at every crew change, almost every single crew change that we've been going towards, going south. And I am ready to ride a reliable line that has traffic that you can count on all the time to be able to ride multiple crew changes and not worry about it. So anyway, Amarillo, don't come here unless you absolutely have to. I mean, there's a lot of trains going a lot of directions, but I mean, this place is not the most ideal place to get off the train. So if you can ride through here, do it, because especially in the winter, it's cold, it's windy, the locals hate you. Either way, Fort Worth, hopefully next update. So we're sitting here in this coal load in Amarillo. We got this thing in about 4 o'clock this morning. It's now 12:30, and it's just been sitting here. We had an IM pulling next to us, the South Seattle to Alliance train pulled up next to us. Got scanned really hard by a bull and then got inspected. We were going to switch to it, but there's way too many vehicles. So that would have been a nice ride, but it was just impossible to get to. So we just stayed in this coal load, and now we're here. Hours later, probably 5, 6, 7 hours later. It's gnarly outside. Yeah, we have about 15-mile-an-hour sustained wind, 30, 40-mile-an-hour gusts right now here in Amarillo. West Texas, I don't know if you can consider this West Texas or not, but it blows literally all the time. All the time. Not only do the towns blow, the winds blow all the damn time. So we're gonna wait here until this thing leaves. I mean, this is gonna be total shit. This is why I don't know, sometimes it makes me wonder, why the hell do I do this? Why do I sit in cold? It's freezing cold too. It's like probably like 55 outside, but the wind chill factor will probably put it down to like below freezing. It's kind of bad. But anyway, we're gonna sit here in Amarillo next to this road. We're over in those trees. That's really nice. But then we decided to get on this train. And I'm contemplating whether that was a good decision or not. But Fort Worth is next, hopefully, and we'll see what happens after that. There's some shit going down over in that industrial area. This is a massive fire or explosion or something that's broken out over there at that factory. I severely doubt that's normal, because that is just getting worse and worse. If you can see that over there. We're still sitting on this coal train. This is about 3 hours after the last update. I just happened to pop my head up, and there is a massive fire / explosion happening over there. Does not look good for whatever business that might be. But yeah, just kind of hanging out. The fuel station is up there, and I'm guessing this train is refueling. I don't know, but I'm fucking hungry, bored. Running low on water. We got a long way, probably like 300 miles to get to Fort Worth from here, maybe a little less than that. So we'll see what happens, especially what happens with that, because that doesn't look good. So some shit's going down in Amarillo. We have this massive freaking smoke plume coming from this business over there. It looks like something just exploded, or like there's a business on fire, but that's I don't know what's going on over there. Look at that, it's fucking getting worse. Hopefully our train doesn't catch on fire. That'd suck. Well, we got 2 Z trains passing us at the same time in different directions. So I'm really hoping that's what we're waiting for. If we don't leave after this, I'm really not sure when we are going to, because this is usually the signal of when we leave. So. like we might finally be out of Amarillo.